some reason they only show, like European or whatever. By the way, when I get that Eileen, like when they mistaken you for an alien through this phase of whatever, um, there's this thing where like like I don't even like the rap songs. When the guys came out with this song called Pussy Icky Bad, blah 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 blah, and it pretty much is the um it is the same thing as Down syndrome. Down syndrome is from a long line of, and they develop a third chromosome of basically guys treating them really bad and their ears start coming down like this, and it's like this hyper extra chromosome, and they treated like they were probably all for like women and machoism and stuff like that, but they literally start developing the third chromosome somehow, and it comes from very old back in the day when those cities were connected in some sort of way, and it was very, very bad. So, and that's in the Bible. And the point is that the Egypt story though only works so many times. Yes, like every fucking page I turn to, I brought you out of Egypt. I brought you out of Egypt. I love God and everything, but yeah, he really, really does it as many times as he possibly can. Okay, and I wanted to just say that real quick. Now I'm going to tell you the other one that is absolutely crazy, and it's probably from a long time ago. Now I saw this dog one that I couldn't, it's like cynical or whatever, but they only show like a picture of it. They want to talk about a talk show or a TV show, really. They show a clip of something, I think that was going on like, 12 years ago. And what it is a picture of a girl in pink hair, and she's really young, and she's using black little kitty ears or whatever, and there's a octopus in a pot, and they have reflection of something that does not have a reflection. Like it's not reflecting off of anything. Now, the Linda Blair one, the lady that's on here that says she's a man or whatever, but this one really looks like a female, right? She could be a woman. If it's that bad, it actually looks like a little crescent, like a moon thingy in the eye. And so they can't tell if it's the person that's a peeping Tom or if it's the cupboard. You see what I'm saying? And I can see why sometimes they're really angry. The other good one that was really good was just explained it very well, was actually this one where a guy's watching anime, because remember May is Veterans Day type thing, and then the Juno Birch thing. Well, I'm sorry, somebody showed up on the beaches of Normandy to meet U.S. Customs. Okay, but this is not a mean thing. I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but something like around that time period was that bad. You also had weird movies like the Nicolas Cage one where it was already, the baby's already alive type thing, like already birthed and stuff like that. This is not like, any of that. Other creepy one is where the chick goes, he fucked me with a toothbrush, and she's like on it if it's Japan. It's like, but it probably wasn't her. And they signed it as 728, which is a 28 fetus ex fetus, which is getting really colorful. And this is where I totally agree with Joe. So I read Joe to verify Joe, and that in a sense, really over a long period of time, they actually raped the Baron, and then they basically try to put older women with younger guys. So I was angry at my mom today because she says, from her room, $80,000. It's Ren and Stinky. Remember that cartoon? Does anyone remember that cartoon? My dad was right. It's a fucking snail, dude, with that Brazilian one. It was like a snail. And then India, because I was like on Linda Blair's thing. They won't answer you about this stuff and the guys that are mean, they won't answer. They always, I ask them, like, if I ask anymore, if I ever go on a date, I'll be like, which do you prefer? Do you prefer gay? Which one not prefer? Which one scares you? Including the medical more. The freaking trans gay, which one scares you more? Or hauntings? And I've already seen on there that they're not going to answer that question because they have done a very serious bad thing to people. So then the guy with the actual haunted house that saw things going on years ago, I mean, he makes them, like, he started as it being like just a normal haunted house, and then he moved up to where he knew that things were going on, and he actually did the waiver thing and everything, and interviewed them. They have to go in on their own accord, and they can't kid goat it, but because they sign waivers to it and all that kind of stuff. And that's pretty much what the hospitals in some cases were actually fucking doing. So, and that's why you might get bankruptcy there. But like I said about the other job things, is that you could actually, you know, if you're really concerned about who's filling out jobs, you know, let them put their name in, so you know the type of people that are applying, because some of this is robotic. It is literally spitting out from a giant machine robot that's just putting out names because of how much unidentity is out there. It's no identity. Even for the aliens, it would be like no identity, right? So, but like a lot of people want to keep putting it into the machine so much, or making that every job has to have, you know, constant what do you want to call it? Cyber stuff for you to learn from, and then also, you know, make videos about what we do here, as if it's convincing that it's worth something anymore. Like, that's what I've noticed with a lot of the things. I was like, actually, they're not convincing me anymore that it's really worth it, especially after a couple of things. So anyways, so now I'm going to do the other one. I just saw the Sims 2 when it was like really smart, but then it wasn't that smart. Why? Because it's actually, they did what I honestly saw on my computer, a bunch of fake ass Civil War people. And like, you could watch a fake ass video of a guy who supposedly fought in the Civil War. I don't care which side it was on. You would be a baby fighting that war. And guess what? They allowed that fucking shit take flight. And guess what it was? It was a lot of meth at first, I think. But after I did this study with actually of heroin from Europe, because Europe did their own heroin study, I'm surprised. I really am surprised that is mostly heroin. Yeah, and that's why they want to cross their fake icebergs. So this will literally steam in your fridge. For some reason, just if your car the sun is on the right side and it's not even cold, even your car, the curves of your car will steam against the asphalt. There's a couple other things that actually just give off that characteristic, and I don't know, maybe it's bizarre, maybe it's real or whatever. But the lady, that one that I saw, I hate it when I see that, because it's also somebody who's innocent, and it's also somebody who doesn't know what's really going on, and the other one saying it's like, you know, like a cat thing or something like that. And the only cat I ever would be a gray one. Gray ones always fight their parents a little bit.